I've been with my 31-year-old boyfriend for a year now. He's my first everything, the first guy I've ever liked, the first guy I went on a date with, my first love, and the first person I've been intimate with. He's been my whole world. Long story short, he manages an OnlyFans agency, and sometimes a girl works out of his spare room. I've never met her, but I've always been suspicious. He claimed it was just a crush on her part and that nothing intimate had happened between them. She's even slept in his bed, on the mattress I picked out, while he claimed to sleep on the couch. This made me uneasy, but I trusted him. One day, while browsing online, I found a leaked tape of her doing something intimate with him that she was selling. My heart sank, and I felt utterly betrayed. When I confronted him, his response was shocking. He didn't see it as cheating because it was for content. He told me that going forward, he didn't see himself being monogamous. If I wanted to be with him, I'd have to accept him being with other women for content or for his own pleasure. He said love and intimacy had no correlation for him, that he didn't understand monogamy, and he only wanted an open relationship for the rest of his life. I'm only 23. I know I'm young. He's far from perfect, and I've overlooked a lot of my standards for him, but I imagined a future with him. I loved him more than anything in this world. Now, I can't be with someone who's incapable of being loyal to me, but I don't know how I'm supposed to get used to a life without him. I've been through a lot in my life, but nothing has ever hurt this badly. What do I do? I remember the nights we spent talking about our dreams and plans for the future. I thought he was the one. Now, those dreams feel shattered. I've sacrificed so much for this relationship, always believing we were building something special together. The thought of him with someone else, even if it's just for content, makes me feel sick. How can he separate love and intimacy so easily? How can he dismiss my feelings so casually? I don't know how to move forward from this. I've never been good at dealing with heartbreak, and this feels like the ultimate betrayal. The idea of starting over, of finding someone new, seems impossible right now, but staying with him and accepting his terms feels like a betrayal of myself. I'm lost and heartbroken. What do I do?
I've been with my girlfriend for almost a year now. I'm 20, and she's 19. Reading through these posts, I realize what I'm about to share is a bit softer compared to most. But here it goes. I love this girl with all my heart. She is sweet, caring, and the closest person to me in my life. I would give anything for her, but our relationship has its problems. We fight a lot over the smallest things. The thing is, it's almost never me who starts the fights. Whenever I have a problem, I always want to fix it the proper way by talking it out and explaining what I don't like or want. But she always turns it into a fight, swearing at me and yelling at me. It's always her who can't withstand the smallest things about me or my personality, and she just goes crazy. It's either we fight until she gets every apology, or it is concluded that she is in the right, or we get so upset and frustrated that we don't talk for days. I've told her many times that I don't have these feelings towards her, even though she has a million little things I could get mad about and complain about all day. But I don't. I've accepted her for who she is, but it seems her ego and stubbornness can't let her accept me. Time after time, she promises to accept me and not get mad over the smallest details, to learn to play fair and sometimes stop the fight. But it's always me who reaches out and wants to end the fight. I can't even count how many times I've had to say I was sorry for something she did or for something she was wrong about, just to stop the fight because that's what I've always wanted. Meanwhile, she could go on not talking to me for a week or more. The last time we had a fight, I told her I couldn't do this anymore. I didn't want to love someone so much yet watch that person struggle to accept me for who I am and end up in a fight. Not talking for days, she once again promised she would change, even when I told her I no longer believed her. Considering how many times it didn't happen, I again agreed and wanted to believe she would change. So, here's where the cheating part comes in. A week after that last fight, she went on vacation with her friend from college. I was supposed to go with them, but I had work and other things, so I couldn't go. We agreed to go together at the end of this month. Everything was normal. She arrived, went out a couple of times, and told me about some guys who hit on her and her friend. She said she always told them she had a boyfriend and referred them to her friend, which I had no reason to suspect. Sure enough, we got into another fight over the smallest and most ridiculous detail. This time, it was about me not going to the doctor last week. I even said I would go on my day off since I work 5 days a week from 3 p.m. to 11 p.m., while she does nothing and just sits at home watching TikTok all day. But no, she got so mad, and even though I told her countless times why I didn't go, she just wouldn't have it. It was like I had committed a serious crime. In the end, I just said I couldn't do this anymore, since I was talking normally and calmly explaining to her what happened, asking her to stop fighting while she was fuming and cursing. I ended the conversation, and she texted me after 2 minutes on Instagram, saying to delete every photo of her and not to call her. I first called her to ask if she really meant this. Even after our last fight, which was about this exact situation, she didn't answer, so I said this was it and blocked her when I saw she had blocked me. 2 or 3 days later, she posted on her story about being at a nightclub with her friend and some guys. She was holding a rose, clearly given to her by one of the guys there. My friend who follows her showed me this, and to be honest, I really don't care anymore. I want her to do something stupid because I know she will come back from the vacation and realize she has nothing left. She will try to fix things with me, once again promising to change, as she has done many times before. But she will just give me another reason to forget about her. I am really hoping something happens so that when she comes back begging, I just won't accept her this time. She clearly has no intention of accepting me, changing her behavior to be more mature, or giving up her ego for the sake of the relationship. I have nothing else to say to her. This is my story, so I hope it fits in here. I, 20, have been with my girlfriend, 22, for a few months now. She's never had any previous relationships or flings before me. While I've had a few, she never hides her phone or does anything suspicious. We meet at our friends' flats 3 to 4 times a week and also after the gym. She spends all day texting me, sending me reels, and comes whenever I want to meet her, even if she's at the library or the gym. She has strict parents, so we can only meet during these times, and we share the same gym. But last week, I told her I couldn't meet her after the gym because I was busy. However, I went to the gym earlier using a different route. I saw her talking to a guy in the dark. They weren't alone. There were people around, but it was dark. She was coming from the gym and heading home. I was shocked to see her with a guy because she doesn't have many friends. I rode my bike in front of them, stopped a few meters away, and then looked back at her before riding ahead. She sent him away and started calling me, asking why I didn't stop. She said he was just a mate from the library. Fast forward to yesterday. She told me she was going with her brother to run some errands. I offered to drop her off wherever she needed to go, but she declined, saying it was getting late. I got suspicious and followed her. She got on the back of a guy's bike, same mate from the library. I followed them for a while and then called her, asking where she was. She told me she was going to do the errands. I asked what she was wearing to confirm it was her. She somehow realized I was following her and stopped the guy, telling him to go away. When I confronted her, she told me he accidentally met her and was going in the same direction, so she got on his bike. She also showed me call logs, indicating her brother was actually coming to pick her up. I told her I wanted to meet this guy in person. She said it would ruin her image in the library, but was also okay with me meeting him. When I asked for his phone number, she said she didn't have it. I'm getting really worried about whether she does more things behind my back. What should I do? This is ruining my mental peace.